Hey everybody, welcome to Yoga with Leanna. I'm Leanna. This is Lael. I've been a little busy lately, but I really miss you guys and I'm excited to start offering classes again. If you'd like to support these classes, I've included a link below. Totally optional, but if you do choose to give, know it goes towards helping me stay motivated to offer these classes for you. Let's get started for class. Find a comfortable spot and I'll meet you on the mat. Grab either 2 blocks, a bolster, or a pillow, and meet me in child's pose with your hands supported. Take a few deeper breaths. And allow your body to relax. Press firmly into your palms and activate your arms. Notice how that changes the pose. And send a couple deep breaths into the upper back. Make your way into tabletop. And turn your fingertips to face your knees. If this is too much, you can do one hand at a time. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Okay, come back to neutral spine. Bring your fingertips to face forward. And then bring the top of your hand to the mat. I like to do this one at a time. If you can handle both at the same time, that's cool too. And then rock a little forward and back. Good, switch. Bring all 10 fingers to face forward. Come into side plank with your right hand down and your left arm up. Option to stay with both legs lifted or bring your bottom knee down. Okay. And then notice your top arm and begin to turn your thumb to face the back of the room. Internal rotation of your shoulder. And go the opposite direction, bring the thumb to face the back of the room. External rotation of the shoulder. And just a few more times like that. We're going to be working with quite a few binds today. So just warming up the shoulders with a little rotation work. Make your way back into plank. Pause there for a moment, and then we'll change sides. And again, totally cool to drop the bottom knee. Good. Turn the thumb to face the back of the room, internal rotation of the shoulder. And then external rotation. Good. This movement is coming from deep within that shoulder socket versus at the elbow or wrist. Good. Come back into plank or hands and knees. And take an inhale. And exhale, lower down to your belly. Nice work if you held it in plank that whole time. All right, so bring your right arm into a goalpost position. Make sure your elbow is a little bit more forward of your shoulder. And then roll onto that right side. This is one of my favorite stretches. It just helps to open the front of the chest, the pec major and the pec minor. To deepen it, press firmly into your forearm and your palm. And then rotate your chest up towards the ceiling. Okay, come back to center. And switch sides. And imagine you can guide your breath into the front of the chest. Come on back to center. And set your hands up for cobra. Inhale, peel up for cobra. Good. Squeeze your elbows into your body. Activate the upper back by squeezing the shoulder blades together. Root down into your femurs and keep the back of the neck long. Take an inhale and exhale, lower down. Good. Bring your arms back behind you. Let your palms face down. And then go the opposite way with the shoulders. Allow the palms to face up. That's internal rotation. And then again, back to external rotation. Squeeze the blades together. Good. A few more times like that. Internal. External. Internal. External. This time hold. See how much you can get those shoulders to externally rotate, and then draw the shoulder blades down the back. Nice. Lift your hands a little higher away from the mat. An option to stay here or lift the legs to hover. Activate your glutes and imagine you can lift your chest a little bit higher. Inhale. Exhale, lower. And interlace your hands together behind your back. Same work with the shoulders. Reach your knuckles back towards your heels. Begin to peel your chest up. Activate your arm muscles and then lift your legs to hover. Squeeze the leg muscles. And see how high you can lift your chest without straining the neck. Breathe in. Exhale, lower. Good. Bring your hands under your shoulders, curl your toes. Inhale up into plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. And inhale, look forward. Exhale, step your right foot between your hands and drop your back knee down for low lunge. Good. Press firmly into your back shin as you also press firmly into your front foot. Activate your left glute. And then reach up through the ring fingers and imagine you're squeezing a block between your palms. You can look up. If you'd like to deepen the stretch in the back quad and hip flexor, you can bend the front knee a little bit more. Good. Inhale, reach up. And exhale, prayer twist. Option to stay here or curl your back toes. Lift your back knee up. Keep the left glute firm. And use that connection of your front knee to your front elbow to deepen the twist by pushing the elbow and the knee together. Press firmly into your legs. Inhale, high lunge. And exhale. Make your way into Warrior Two, Virabhadrasana B. And bring your hands to your hips. All right, so we're gonna play around with a little hip movement here. With your front hip, imagine you can draw it back. So we're kind of trying to almost like pull the front femur back into the hip socket. And then go the opposite way. Draw that back hip down, lift the front hip up. And keep going like that just a few times. All right, and then stop when the back hip is firming in and the front hip is lifted. Keep that back glute strong. Keep pressing into the outer edge of your back foot. And then this was kind of like a game changer for me in Warrior Two. That back hip is supposed to slightly rotate forward. And that's what helps to get the front knee over the front ankle. Nice. Make sure that knee is still right over the ankle. You might need to bend the front knee a little more. And then reach the arms and firm the arms. Good. Flip your front palm. Reach forward and draw that front femur back into your hip socket. And then we'll reverse our warrior. Lift the front hip up. Breathe into the front ribs. And relax your back shoulder. Good. Side angle, front elbow to front knee. Other arm reaches up. And then what we've been working here, internally rotate the top shoulder by turning the palm to face behind you. Then bring the back of your hand to your low back. Good. Even though that shoulder is internally rotated, the action, once we're in the bind, is external. So squeeze the shoulder blades together. Reach the sternum and the crown of the head forward as the tailbone draws back. Option to stay here or internally rotate the front shoulder and come into your full bind. Nice. So once you're in that full bind, a lot of times our chest likes to collapse forward. Try to send the chest back to keep the spine nice and long. Inhale back into Warrior Two. Stay for the exhale, bend the front knee. Good. Straighten your front leg. Whew. And we're going to find triangle. Grab your block if you like to use it. And meet me in triangle. An option to stay unbound or take half bound triangle with the top arm. Bring your block to the highest setting. And then bend your front knee a lot. If you don't have a block, you can just use your fingertips. Keep your front knee bent and step your back foot in. And then walk the block out maybe like a foot in front of you. Okay. Keep your front knee bent. Shift all of your weight into your front foot until you come up onto the toes of the back foot. Keeping that front knee bent, see if you can just hover the back toes off the mat. Whew. And then slowly straighten your front leg, press the back leg up. Half bound, half moon. Good, your bottom leg is super firm to support you here. The quad is active. And then with your top leg, imagine that you're pressing up against the ceiling. Feel that glute work to lift the leg. Good. Draw the shoulder blades together behind the back. Come up onto your fingertips of that bottom hand. And then either stay here or reach the bottom arm across the ear. Watch out for plants. Find your breath. Release all of that into half moon. Breathe in. And then really, really slow, bend that standing knee. And as carefully as you can, set your back foot down for warrior two. Inhale in your warrior two. Exhale, hands down. Step back, downward facing dog. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, step your left foot. Drop your back knee. Come up for low lunge. Press firmly through your back shin. Press through your front foot. And from the pit of your belly, lift up. Reach up through the ring fingers. Firm your arms and look up. Inhale. Exhale, prayer twist. Option to stay here in the low lunge or curl your toes. Lift your back knee. Okay, that back leg is super strong, especially the glute. And you can use that connection of your front knee and your front elbow, pressing against each other to deepen your twist. Good, press strongly into your feet. Inhale, lunge. Make your way into warrior two, Virabhadrasana B. Nice, and hands to the hips. Draw that front femur back. And then press the back femur in. Good. Yoga language is so strange. But you get the feeling of just moving the hips kind of forward and back here. That front hip point lifts up. And then the back hip point lifts up. There's like shoulder flossing, and this is, I guess, is like hip flossing. Also a strange yoga term. All right, find your warrior two, and then find where your front hip is lifting up to become in line with the back hip. Then with your back hip, rotate it forward slightly to help get the front knee over the front ankle. Good, keep activating that back leg, pressing into your back foot. Virabhadrasana B, warrior two. Flip your front palm. Inhale, reach forward. As you do that, pull the front femur bone back. Then reverse your warrior. Lift the front hip point. Breathe into the front ribs. Good. Extended side angle. So here that front femur pulls back. Come into half bind. And then full bind if you're going there. Draw the shoulder blades down the back, reach the sternum forward. Activate your back leg and press into your front foot. Inhale, warrior two. Stay for the exhale, bend the front knee. Good, straighten your front leg. And we'll find triangle, second side. You can stay unbound or do half bound triangle. Look in front of your front foot. Bend your front knee. And bring your fingertips or your block about a foot in front of your front foot. These slow transitions, I know they're brutal, but they're so good for building strength. Keep your front knee bent and step your back foot in so you can come up onto your toes. And then keeping that front knee bent, see if you can hover your back toes off the mat. Good, and then straighten that standing leg. With that lifted leg, press up against the ceiling. Firm the glute. Half bound, half moon, Ardha Chandrasana. Good, stay here or come up onto your fingertips on the block or just lift your hand. An option to bring that bottom arm across the ear with the palm facing up. And keep that activation in the core. Bring your bottom hand down, reach the bound arm up, inhale into half moon. Okay, then slow with control, bend that standing knee. Slowly as you can, carefully as you can, step back into warrior two. Inhale. Exhale, hands down. Step back into down dog. Inhale, glide forward into plank. Exhale, chaturanga and hold. Press back up into plank. Chaturanga and hold. Press back up into plank. This time we'll come into up dog. Chaturanga. Flip the toes, upward facing dog. Draw those shoulder blades together. Lift the heart, press into the tops of the feet. Inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good. Just take a moment in your down dog. Release your head and neck completely. Good. Look forward. Step your right foot between your hands. Then turn to face, the left side. Bring your toes out a little bit with your heels in. And toes out, heels in. And we're just going to shift side to side to open up the inner thighs. If you can, try to keep your hips right above your heels. And just work on that opening there in the inner thighs. Good, then bend your right knee. Shift your hips way over to that right knee and then press really firmly into that left foot so the quad activates. You can stay right here. If you'd like to take it deeper, come into a full squat. Turn the left toes to face up. Skandasana. Good, left quad stays firm, chest is lifted, sitting bones are lifted. We've been working a lot on binds. If you'd like to come into that bind, internally rotate the shoulders. Reach back for the fingers. Once you've got the bind, shoulder blades squeeze together as you lift the heart up. We're turning to look towards that left side. Good, release the hands. Come back to center. And then bend the other knee. Just start first with the knee bent. Press into your front foot, activate the front quad. And then maybe come into the full squat. Skandasana. Good, and here it's important not just to think. You want to keep the sitting bones lifted, the sternum lifted, keep it active so you're not sinking into the joints. And then option, if you came on the first side, find that full bind. This side's easier, I'm pretty sure, at least for me. Okay, come on back to center. And let's take a nice forward fold, toes in, heels out. Bring your hands underneath your shoulders. Inhale to a flat back. Exhale, fold, keeping the quads firm. And walk the hands back under the shoulders. And then turn to face the front of the mat. We're going to come down onto our knees and meet standing on your knees. Whew. All right, we're going to do Ustrasana, camel. Bring your knees right under your shoulders. Lift your hip points up, drop the tailbone down, activate your glutes. And then lean back, grab the inner heels. Imagine you can fling your chest and your hips forward, but you're holding on so tight to your heels that you can't go all the way forward. Inhale to come back up. Exhale, sit back on the heels. Rest your hands, close your eyes. Good. Blink your eyes back open and come on back up. If it was hard to grab your heels, you can curl your toes under to make your heels a little closer. And let's go right back in. Come on back. This time, imagine you can push your shoulder blades up into your rib cage. Option 2, to press your palms out into the heels to help open the chest a little bit more. Inhale back up. Exhale, sit back, close your eyes, and rest. Good. Time for inversions. We're pretty warmed up in the shoulders. If you'd like to do shoulder stand or headstand, handstand, forearm stand, any of those are cool. If you're feeling a little bit more mellow, grab a block and place the block underneath your sacrum. And I like to do the block at a low setting for this one. Bring your legs up. And we'll have a few breaths here with whatever it is that you're doing. If you're in a more active inversion, meet in child's pose. And if you're doing the pose I'm doing, legs up, just bend your knees, place your feet on the mat. Remove the block and meet in knees together, feet wide, with the palms resting. Good. We'll all meet on our backs and find a figure 4. Switch. Place both feet on the mat. And then get yourself comfortable for Shavasana. Adjust however you need. Once you're comfortable, close your eyes. And find a very light tone to your entire body. And there might be distractions around you. Try to just focus on your breath and the different sensations that your breath creates in your body. Place your feet onto the mat. Roll over to one side for fetal pose. And pause there long enough just to feel connected to yourself. Good. Press yourself up into a seat. Bring your palms together. Inhale. Open your mouth. Thank you so much, yogis. It was really nice to be back practicing with you. If you haven't already, be sure to subscribe to my page. And if you liked this video, like it, leave me a comment. I would love to hear from you. Hope you have a great rest of your day. Namaste.